Okay? We in 2nd Ezra 6 and verse 8 in the Apocrypha. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, all the way back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, the 25th verse, of him, of Isaac, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. So they were fighting in the womb. And when Esau came out first, Jacob had a hold of his heel. For Esau is the end of the world. So Esau would have to be ruling when? In the end of this world that we in now. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Jacob, who represents the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are, we got next forever and ever and ever. As it is written, Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So now, when I look up Edom in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, it says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. See notably Isaiah 34, 5 and 6, and Isaiah 63, 1 down. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. So now, that's what Zondervan says. I didn't write it. You didn't write it, unless you're Zondervan. But he gave scriptures to back up how Esau is the end of the world and how these future judgments are going to come upon them. Now, look at a few of these destructions that it gave. We can go into it. Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. Isaiah 34 and 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Well, who is Idumea? And upon the people of my curse to judgment. So, who is Idumea? Let's see who Idumea is. We got to look up Idumea in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It's good to have a good dictionary that you can go in here and find different definitions of these words that's in the Bible. It says Idumea. This is from the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Idumea, pertaining to Edom, Greek and Roman name for Edom. Okay? So it's going to come down upon the Edomites. As they gave reference in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary of Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgment. They gave Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. We're looking at this. Say, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, upon the Edomites, that will be ruling in the end of the world, the super part of the world, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Most High is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Most High hath to sacrifice in Basra. Basra was the capital city of Edom. Right now we're looking at New York. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. That's wherever the Edomites are. You see what I'm saying? So they gave that. And then we have to go back to Revelation, the 19th chapter. And we see that Amashikashai, because it's the end times. It's like Esau is the end of the world and Jacob's the beginning of it that follows. So let's look at Revelation 19:11 down. It says, and I saw heaven open. We went here before, and behold, a white horse with his pure righteous power. And he that sat upon it was called Faithful and True. This is Mashiach Yahushai. And in righteousness, and according to the laws, we read in 2nd Ezra 13 and 37, he gonna destroy everyone that's wicked or come against him by the law, without labor, by the law of the Most High. That's what it says. In righteousness, that's keeping of the Most High's law, Deuteronomy 6:25, and Psalms 119, 172. If you paying close attention, and you see these different definitions of what I'm giving you, when you see these words, then you can see that it all goes together without a shadow of a doubt. And in righteousness, by the law of the Most High, he does judge and make war. Right? So his eyes was a flame of fire, he's angry. And on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. So we can keep this in mind, because we got to find out why his clothes that he have on is dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, pure righteous power, clothed in fine linen, not but naked angels, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. Out of his mouth cometh a sharp sword, that he should smite the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's the law of the Most High. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Most High. Now they gave us Isaiah the 63rd chapter. So remember, his vesture going to be dipped in blood. Let's get some understanding here. Isaiah the 63rd chapter. This is what they gave in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, in his clothing, but he's saying his dyed garments. Glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, I that speak according to the law of the Most High, I that speak according to the commandments of the Most High, mighty to save. Like he said, coming in righteousness. That's what it says in the New Testament. We understand that righteousness is keeping of the laws of the Most High. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel? Why is your garments full of the color red? And thy garments like him that treadeth in the winepress, like somebody stomping on grapes, and all the grape juices going all over their clothes. He said, I have trodden the winepress alone, like it says. See that in Revelation, see? That's why I say you got to know the old, because there's no New Testament. There's only the law and the prophets. That's why they give an understanding of what they had to go by, and that is the law and the prophets. I have trodden the winepress, as it said in Revelation, the 19th chapter, alone. And of the people there was none with me. I will tread them in mine anger. This judgment, I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment from their blood. Gonna be sprinkled upon all this raiment. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart. The day of vengeance is mine, and the year of my redeemed is come. Who to redeem? That's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. And I looked, and there was none to help. So I looked, and nobody was there to help. And I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury upheld me. This is what he say, verse 6. And I will tread down who? The people in mine anger. He's talking about Edomites. He said the superpower of the earth, and those that's joined them to fight him. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and make them drunk in my fury. And I will bring down their strength, which is their military, the army, the navy, the marines, the air forces, of all nations that's coming against him, to the earth. Right? Go back to 2 Ezra 13. Now before we go there, let's go to 2 Peter's 3 and let's look at verse. Start at verse 8. 2 Peter 3. Let's look at verse. Let's start at verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, heavens and the earth that are now, by the same word, are kept in store is kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of unrighteous men. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Most High as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years, that's one day. That's why you all the time you want to say, it's only one day. 1,000 years, one day to the Most High. 2,000 years, 2 days to the Most High. This is what he say. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise, which you've heard, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to usward. Long suffering. I mean, he's suffering long for us. Not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. That's why I keep saying you got to repent, ask for forgiveness, and come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. Because but the day of the Most High, will come as a thief in the night. You don't know when it's coming. You don't know when a thief is coming. So he's going to come like a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements, the protons, electrons, and neutrons, the atoms, shall melt with fervent heat. You hear that? The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. He's coming with fire, y'all. That's why he put the rainbow in the sky to remind himself that he would not flood the earth anymore. He's bringing that fire. And you see, you're going to destroy them without labor by the law of the Most High. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and righteousness, looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat? Nevertheless, you hear what he said? Everything you see, close your eyes, open up your eyes. If you're in America, everything going to be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. You say he can't do it? He made everything. He know everything. He know everything is that. Nevertheless, we that are keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, having faith in the Most High, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. So if you think it's not important for you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, which is righteousness, and the new heavens and the new earth, we're going to dwell, Most High will, in righteousness. If you think it's not important, then you doomed to the lake of fire, as it is written. Because your name can't be written in the book of life. Because you done canceled out the Most High. That's why I wanted you. Ezekiel 22:20. Since he went there, I was trying to go somewhere else, but since he went there, I'll praise the Most High. I ain't trying to go against what it is that happened here. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin in the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will lead you there and melt you. He gonna melt people. Yeah, I will gather you and blow upon you. You know, when you blow on the fire, in the fire of my wrath, and ye shall be melted in the midst thereof. As silver is melted in the midst of the furnace, so shall ye be melted in the midst thereof. And ye shall know that I, the Most High, have poured out my fury upon you. Now let's go to 2 Ezra 13 now. 2 Ezra 13. Let's start at verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right? Under him, because he'll be in the air, everything under him going to be trembling. And you're not coming as a man. Tell you that in Isaiah 47:3. Coming his angelic power, Hamashiach Yahushai. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven, from four corners of the earth. All the armies, the navies, the marines, the air force, they together for this. To subdue the man that came out of the sea. See. But I beheld, and lo, he had graven himself a great mountain, and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not, because it wasn't a hill. It represented the 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they were which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet does fight. They're going to be afraid, but they yet going to fight Hamashiach Yahushai as he come in his angelic power. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held any sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth. He sent out of his mouth, y'all, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. Remember, he come with fire. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight. The army, the navy, the marines, the air forces of all these nations coming together to fight on Hamashiach Yahushai. And burned them up. You hear me say, burned them up, every one. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid, scared after. He's seeing all these prophecies of the end times. So he burned them up. Wasn't nothing to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. Isaiah 34:28. Man, you better hear what he's saying. Isaiah 34:28. No, that's not that. That's Psalms. Let's try Psalms 34:28. Y'all bear with me. Getting old. Psalms 34:28. Oh, that ain't it. Oh no, it ain't. I Salaki. Okay, I'm bugging. It's Psalms 34:2 and verse 8. Salaki. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations. What we just read. Salaki. And his fury upon all their armies. I'm reading again. For the indignation of the Most High is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, as we just read. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 8. For it is the day of the Most High's vengeance, and the year of recompense, payback for the controversy of Zion, for the controversy of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's why I look at Colossians 3:25 and Galatians 6 and 7. Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect to persons with the Most High. So you're going to receive for the wrong. That's what we did. Remember, we broke the Most High's law, so all the things that we went through. Hey. Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. You see? So whatever y'all sowed, or whatever you sow, that's shall you also reap. Payback is something else. That's what that's talking about. You know? So Daniel's 7 and 18. But the saints of the Most High, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, the children of Israel, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. Daniel 2:44. That's why I say we got next forever and ever and ever in a righteous kingdom, though. And in the days of these kings shall the Most High power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Oh yeah, look at Jeremiah 51. I'm trying to end, but it just keeps on going and going and going and going and going and going. It's going to break in pieces these kingdoms, right? Jeremiah 51:20. It said, "Thou, Israelites, art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee, with we the Israelites, will I break in pieces the nations. And with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock." Those preachers and their flock. If y'all don't come out of these religions and so forth. "And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman, the farmers, and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captain and rulers. I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Judea all their evil that they have done in Zion, in your sight, said the Most High." Thus said the Most High. This whole chapter, 49, 50, and 51, talking about the end times, prophesying against Babylon, America, and so forth and so on. Isaiah 14:1. "For the Most High will have mercy, which is not getting something you do deserve, on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers, these other nations, that are the remnant of other nations, shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people, who are the Israelites, the 1/3, shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Most High for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." You see, everybody that is in captivity gonna go into captivity. "And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest," when all these other nations are in captivity, servants and handmaids. "And it shall come to pass in the day that the Most High shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How has the oppressor ceased? The golden city of America ceased." It's saying, you know. That's why he tell us. You gotta understand this. Right now, it's just Most High have the angels holding back this destruction that's coming on this earth, y'all. Revelation 7th chapter. "And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth." Revelation 7:1. An angel on each corner of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, holding back the destruction on the earth. That the wind, this only thing we can think of is nuclear destruction, but that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. "And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea." You see? Saying, "Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads." So now, it goes on to tell you from verse 4 on down to 8, That's 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel. Now, when you go to Ezekiel, hear this clearly, Israel. Ezekiel 9:4, we got to be sealed with this truth, understanding the Most High's word, as we are being sealed right now. Ezekiel 9:4, it says, and the Most High said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, where we are as Israelites, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. So the Most High wouldn't know. He said he's going to kill all sinners. That day of vengeance is coming to them. But these men are sighing and crying for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. That's sins. And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite, that means kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. We keep hearing this all day long. Man, little children and women. That's what he's saying. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, that had a seal of the Most High in their minds, and begin at my sanctuary. So he's starting with us. Don't get it twisted just because you hear this truth and think, oh, you're going to escape this. No, you got to work to be able to escape this, or you're going to be part of being brought down too. He said, come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Begin with us, the 12 tribes of Israel. Then it began at the ancient men which were before the house. You see. So that's happening. That's going to happen again. Go back to Daniel's. Seventh chapter. Verse 18. But the saints of the Most High, you can define the saints in Psalms 148:14, shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. We got next forever. You know, that's why the Spirit brought to me, who got next? We got next. What we gonna do? Take the kingdom? When? Now? How? By Hashem, Mashiach Yahweh Shai. In the name of the Lord and Savior. That's the way we receive the spiritual power from the Most High to take the kingdom, as it will be in his power to set up righteousness on this earth, y'all. Daniel 7:27. And the kingdom and the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven. Remember, Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of that follower. So it said, and the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, who we are, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Hitherto is the end of the matter. That's all I got to say. I say, Krum Most High, Krum Mashiach Yahushai, and Krum Yasharallah, and I'm out. Shalom. The water. Hallelujah.